Hey fam, easy peasy here and bringing you another video about insects, except this one is going to go more into the nitty-gritty of insects and more in details about the game mechanics related to insects. So, first, I would like to start with a ranking of the different insects. So, just keep in mind that this is my opinion, and everyone is entitled to his own opinion. So if you disagree, it's perfectly fine. But this is my list of the S plus insects, so the ones that you should definitely invest in. For the gold ones, I would definitely invest into the Atlas Beetle, simply because it gives bonuses to all soldier ants, which means that regardless of the ants that you're using in your formations, they are going to get bonuses. So here I'm running a GSS setup, Guardian Shooter, and all of them are going to get the same bonuses, okay? If I were to run a GSC setup, for example, so with carriers, they would also get the same bonuses, okay? So this is, of course, really good because then you're not wasting any bonuses. The second gold bug I would also invest in is the giant mantis, simply because, for example, for Groundhog Day, you know that the groundhogs actually don't attack you back, so you don't need to be running tanks in the front. You can simply go with a three-shooter setup, so shooter, and then that's when it gets really good because the giant mantis gives you bonuses on shooter ants, right? And if you go into the Evo, you can also run this advanced combat thing with the shooter ant cooperative combat, and it gives you bonuses for when you're running a SSS setup, right? So you can do tons of damage thanks to that bug and thanks to that Evo. Of course, you can use the scorpion and the jumping spider, but I simply don't recommend it. The hermit crab, it's great. The bonuses are actually really decent, but the problem is, do you really want to use your precious gold bugs to star up this, well, let's say passive working bug? It's up to you. I don't think in the early game, I don't think it's the right thing to do, but if you're in the late game and you already have some pretty decent Atlas beetles and giant mantises, well, then absolutely do invest into the hermit crab for all those juicy bonuses right there. Now, onto the purple insects. Here, I would only invest into the rove beetle, simply because the rove beetle is a lesser version of the giant mantis, but it's much easier to star up because it's much easier to get purple insects. So this one I've been running on my second set, and for example, whenever I attack a groundhog on Groundhog Day, I use this guy because he's gonna give me a better bonus when I'm running shooter setups, right? So you can upgrade this guy to 6 or 7 stars, no problem. It's really easy peasy right there. The longhorn beetle and the orchid mantis, I wouldn't invest into them. And the yuang, well, the bonuses are, I mean, they're okay. But once again, I would simply keep the purple bugs to improve the rove beetle instead. Onto the blue ones. The blue ones are actually pretty decent. I would invest into the snail for your attacking formations, simply because the snail is, as you can see, a lesser version of the Atlas beetle. But once again, it's actually much easier to upgrade the snail because it's so easy to get blue bugs. I mean, look at this. Just that's like a couple of days hatching bugs, and I get all those blue bugs. So it's really easy to get them and to star them up. And once again, this all soldier ant attack and defense bonuses are really great to have. You can also invest into the locust and the ladybugs because they give you some pretty decent production boosts. So here you can see speed, here you can see its output, and once again, it's so easy to upgrade that knock yourself out. You know, they're very cheap, so you should definitely invest into them. In the previous video, I was talking about getting shells and you know how you should be butchering the insects which you don't need. Why getting those shells? Well, you get it. Yeah, you can see it here. You go into your habitats, insects, and you go into redeem. And if you are very unlucky, well, just like I am, you have no other choice. If you want those gold bugs, you have no other choice than butchering. Butchering, which will give you shells, and with 4,500 of those shells, you're going to be able to get those gold bugs, right? So absolutely do it, and then you should invest in, as I said, my S pluses are the Atlas Beetle, the Giant Mantis, then the Rove Beetle for the purple ones, and then the Snail for the blue ones, and that's for your attack formations, right? So keep in mind that the bugs are a great way to improve your damage output, but always use the right bugs for the right kind of formations. Here I'm running this Atlas Beetle because I'm going GSS, right? But if I were running SSS, I would use a Rove Beetle because I don't actually have the Giant Mantis, right? So always make sure that you're using the right bug for the right kind of formation, right? So that's pretty much it for this video. I really want to keep those videos short. If you have anything else to add, feel free to comment. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.